Welcome back. Welcome to the video series. We are reviewing the Understanding Construction Drawings textbook, and this video is about Unit 11, and that is Site Utilities. So this is another important unit, and you will be able to perform the following tasks after completing this unit, after you are done reading. And there are a lot of exercises actually in the book. There are assignments, so please back up the videos with the textbook to get the full understanding of the concepts. So we'll be able to interpret symbols and notes used to describe the site utilities, then explain the septic system indicated on the site plan, and determine the pitch of drain lines. So we know that all building trade workers need to have an understanding of where the utilities will be located on the site. It is obvious that plumbers need to know where the water supply is and where sewer enters the building, but masons and carpenters also need this information. So it's not just the plumbers. So a lot of trades need the same information. So for example, if the piping is to run through a sleeve in the concrete, that sleeve must be in place before the concrete is placed. So let's take a look at a few separate concepts here. So sewer drains. The building sewer carries the waste to the municipal sewer or septic system, depending on the soil condition. And because sewer lines usually rely on gravity flow, they are large in diameter. Typically, it's 4 inches minimum, and are pitched to provide flow. Because water supply lines and gas lines are pressurized, pitch is not important in their installation. So the sewer is installed first, and other piping is routed around it as necessary. So please take a look. There is another diagram showing how a sewer connecting to the municipal sewer and how that is organized, and also the vent is shown here that opens above the roof. So also in some cases, sewers may have to flow uphill. This is the case actually with this lake house that is being reviewed in part 2 in the textbook. So uphill flow is accomplished by a grinder pump. So the pump grinds solids into small enough particles to be pumped and pumps the sewage at low pressure. So, so if the street sewer is located higher than the house sewer, so that is the case when we will need that pump. So, building sewer, the plumbing that is to be concealed by concrete work must be installed without fixtures or roughed in before the concrete is placed. Because the plumbing contractor installs all plumbing inside the building lines, this phase of construction is discussed actually later in this textbook, and that's with the mechanical systems, but we can like touch that here to have a full understanding. So the sewer is usually installed after the building is erected to prevent damage due to machinery on site during construction. The sewer is generally considered a site utility, which is why it is discussed here in this chapter. So the workers who install the sewer must be able to determine the elevation at which it passes through the foundation and the pitch of the line outside the building. The sewer line may be shown on plans as a solid or broken line. And although it is usually labeled, this is not always true. So when the sewer is not labeled as such, it can still be recognized by its material, pitch, and end in place. So in light construction, the sewer is usually the only 4-inch pipe to the building. And also the sewer is the only line with the pitch indicated. So let's move to the municipal sewers and septic systems. So in most developed areas, the building sewer empties into a municipal sewer line near the street. The contractor for the new building is responsible for everything from the municipal sewer to the house. In less developed areas, the sewer carries the sewage to a septic system. The most common type of septic system includes a septic tank and drain field. The septic tank holds the solid waste while it's decomposed by bacterial action. The liquids pass through the baffles and flow out of the tank to the distribution box. The distribution box, or DB, diverts the liquid into leach lines, and these perforated plastic or loose fitting tile lines allow the liquid to be absorbed by the surrounding soil. The liquid gradually evaporates from or drains through the soil. The drain field where the leach lines are laid is usually made of layer of crushed stone. And please review the details here. You can see the graphic showing the septic tank. So the design of septic system is closely regulated by most health and plumbing codes, and the local codes should be checked before designing or installing any septic system. The building code or health department code often requires a percolation test before the system can be approved. So how that works in the percolation test, holes are dug and then a measured amount of water is poured into each hole. The amount of time required for the water to drain into the soil is an indication of how well the soil will accept water from the septic system. This ability to accept water is called percolation. The locations of key elements in the system are often shown on the site plan. So yes, please review all the images here. And let's continue the conversation and we'll go to the other piping. So we also have some other utility piping, such as water supply, gas, and so on. So if these lines will pass beneath the concrete footings or be concealed under a concrete slab, they must be roughed in before the concrete is placed or poured. So water supply pipes follow the most direct route from the municipal water main or well to the main shutoff valve or pump. Gas lines run from the main to the gas meter, and all supply lines should be labeled according to the type and size of piping. And again, you can see the plan here in the textbook, so please refer back to Unit 11. And we're moving to the final little subchapter here, that's electrical service. And there are two types of electrical service. So it's overhead and underground or buried. So overhead service involves a cable from the utility company transformer or pole to a weather-tight fixture called a service head or mast head on the house. The service head is mounted on the top of a pipe, which serves as a conduit to the meter receptacle. And in an underground service, the cable is buried. So although electrical service is a site utility, it's not usually installed until the building is enclosed. So again, please review the images here and see how the pole and transformer is set up and how the overhead electrical service is provided and how the underground service is provided as well. So that was it for our Unit 11. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in Unit 12.